Yo, yo, yo.
What's goody? What's goody? What's goody?
Back up in here, man. It's been like shit. Been like what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks since when we went live.
It might have been a couple weeks now.
Just know we've been busy working for y'all, man. We've been really working for y'all.
Yeah, that's a fact. We've been putting in the work. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. So shit is it's frustrating, but it's our duty. I feel like we gotta continue pushing this content out. So I think y'all gonna be pretty pleased with
I want to
this
give
content.
a big happy birthday to, the best person I know in May. You know what I mean? Shout out to Vari. You know what I mean?
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Word.
I knew it. I knew it. Once that nigga said the best
You
person,
ain't got no
oh
birthday.
yeah,
No
he
more,
definitely
man.
ain't talking about me.
You ain't got no birthday no more.
Nah, shout out my bro June, man.
Appreciate it, man.
And we've been having a great week, man. If y'all ain't a member, y'all might want to be a member for this one, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the best way. This is one of my best birthday gifts ever right now. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
That's a fact, man.
I don't know if y'all seen the post.
I don't know if y'all been living under a rock or something, but you already know, man. Check our stories, man, because we had the one and only, man. I beg your pardon, Mr. Dr. Umar Johnson himself, man, on the show. We got over what 2-3 hours, maybe 4 hours of content, man, behind the scenes footage. So make sure y'all join that membership because as soon as we edit that out, clean it up, we're gonna drop it right on the membership. You know what I mean? So I need y'all to join that membership, man. A lot of great content in there. Things even got a little spicy. I ain't gonna hold you. Things got a
I
little
was just about to say that.
with the good doctor, like you know what I'm saying. So you know what I mean. So overall, I thought it was a great episode, man. One of our best episodes. A lot of information, a lot of knowledge came out of that. And yeah, shout out to Dr. Umar. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, Dr. Umar, that nigga is tall, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting him, bro. He legit like 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
And,
yeah,
the hair is an extra 2 inches.
that's a fact. Like
That's
you know
a fact, man.
he was mad cool, mad down to earth, man. We had a ton of questions lined up for him. I think we got through a good amount. We still got other topics that we wasn't quite able to get to, but we're gonna have to definitely.
He gonna have to spin the block, man.
He gonna have to pull back up, man.
I mean, even when shit got heated, we were so crunched with time. It was just so much more to talk about.
Right. But we was able to get a lot of good, behind the scenes footage after the show. I think we answered some questions.
At one point, I thought he was gonna pick you up out your seat, my boy.
Oh yeah.
One more thing about Pookie.
One more time about the Pookies and the Ray Rays, man. Yeah,
he get crazy. He was about to do the why Eli spin, nigga.
I ain't gonna do the conscious why Eli, man. Like you know what I'm saying,
nigga gonna give you 100 lashes.
Sure, yeah, he definitely probably was, man. I ain't gonna call you, man.
Yeah, Ace is about to them lashes. I ain't gonna hold you.
I was about
Ace did duck the lashes from Umar. I ain't gonna hold you. He kind of ducked them, man. Like
I ain't duck the lashes, man. Don't stop it, man. But all I want to say is that nigga ain't let me get no point out at all once that topic came in, bro. Like,
once the one thing about the good brother is once he get to talking, it's hard to. He be just spitting so much knowledge. It's just hard to kind of interject and kind of get another question in. But it was a great episode, man. Make sure y'all join that membership, man. Stop playing, man. Y'all know we need that support, man. We building up this platform so we can get more Umars, we can get to hire people up there that y'all want us to talk to. You know what I mean? So but we
appreciate it, Rashad.
We can't do that without the support. So definitely need the support, man. I know y'all been messing with us, y'all been rocking with us. So appreciate y'all for that, man. Like, so
but how's y'all day though, man? Let's start with Eli today, man. How's your day, man?
Oh, word, like matter of fact, hit that like button on the way in, man. Like if y'all joining the live stream, man, make sure it take 2 seconds to hit that like button. Subscribe if y'all not already subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Like you know what I mean. Got to get all the quick YouTube, plugins out the way real quick. You get what I'm saying? But now my day was regular, basic, uneventful. My day is come on, my leg is still in recovery mode. So it's not much. It's not much I could do, man. So I was able to just work on some stuff behind the scenes for the podcast and collaborate with some people. That was pretty much it. What about you?
Work, man. This has been a busy week. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. We had the episode on Monday. I mean, I feel like the week just flying by at this point. Like I'm exhausted, but now I'm here for the people. Then I mean,
yeah, we the fact that we moved the live stream to a later time and Ace is still here with us. That's a lot of dedication from that man, because that he want to be sleep in the bed, like, you know what I'm saying, or play okay, one of the two, like, you know what I'm saying.
I was about to say something. It was gonna sound real sus. I was about to say I'm not even gonna say it.
Yo, my bro Ben sent me a clip of Cameron and Mace show, right?
Yeah.
And I say, yo, this is exactly how the Daily Rapper Sports podcast would be. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
Yeah, there's gonna have to be a pause after every like sentence.
Everything, bro. Like I'm like, yo, this is our regular conversation. You can't say nothing.
Once somebody say he had to stick him with the D, that's
come on, nobody's gonna say that, bro.
Yeah.
Gonna say that. Like, and now if a nigga say, yo, he was doing good D or something, like, I don't know, sir. Like,
it's all crazy.
He got the best D in the league or something.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like, ain't nobody gonna say he trying to stick him with the D, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
you stick D on him?
Yeah, it's
say that.
It's hard to
say that by mistake.
It's hard to talk about sports without having a pause moment, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Because I've heard a few bloopers out there. But man, I ain't gonna front this, man. Like I said, Monday was one of my best birthdays, man. I felt like not only because, I got another year to live, but I just, I feel like, we work hard at what we do here at the Dailyrapupcrew Crew, and I felt like having Umar on our platform just takes us up another level, and it shows our versatility and how we can, handle certain conversations, man. It was just a deep one, man. I think we got a lot of information. I learned something there. I even realized that I might have took something he said and approached it wrong. Like, I didn't listen to hear what he, like, I didn't comprehend what he said, and then I rebutted too quickly. So, I mean, I just, listening back, man, y'all definitely gotta tune in, become members, and watch that shit right now. That's all I'm saying.
And I fake want to give them a preview, but I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, we gotta see during the rest of the night, man. If y'all really messing with
the night go, man. But I just want to say that that interview just showed the versatility at the Dailyrapupcrew Crew. Like, yeah, we could do the ratchet, you know what I mean, but we can still do the professional interviews and still have a great conversation at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So we're very versatile here at the Dailyrapupcrew Crew.
And shout out to the ladies that do have, some sense.
Yeah.
Shout out to the ones that don't.
I mean, we have those women on the show. Y'all just ain't really, you know what I mean? Y'all don't be tuned in the same way, man. Like, you know what I mean? But
and we got a shout out feed. You know what I mean? For the exclusive Dailyrapupcrew Crew merch, because that shit is.
My lady, shout out to my lady, man.
Yeah, y'all gonna see Jew on a couple of episodes with some.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I might wear this shit backwards just so I can wear the show y'all the whole shit. You feel me? And all the
that would be funny as hell, though. So I think this is that.
You be sitting there with the
put the microphone part of my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here.
Oh, and we did. I see somebody say, I know that interview is filled with memes. We did get him to say one of the most iconic memes that y'all know Dr. Umar for. Like, we got him to say that at the end. So, man, that episode is dope, man. Make sure y'all join the membership. We probably drop it this week. Honestly, I don't know. Depends on when we get it back. Probably drop it on the members this week. Hopefully, if not next week. But we'll keep y'all updated. That way, I know, what's going on and y'all stay in the loop. But anyway, man. Let's get to why everybody's hit, man. I got two topics I know the internet is going crazy for right now. Obviously, I'm pretty sure everybody familiar with the Steve Harvey and Shannon Sharpe, the whole, when he was on his podcast, and he said that, women didn't have to bring anything to the table, man. I'm gonna play the video. After the video, we're gonna come back and give our reactions to it. I put the link. I do want people to call in. I did put the link in the comment section. Because I want to hear from y'all, man. It's been a while since we actually was able to really tune in and
everybody. Yo, big bro Niji, man. I see you in the building. Shout out to you. You said you was gonna come on the live for a minute, man. I ain't see you, man. What's up?
Yeah, we need Niji, man. That merch on the way too, Niji. We got you, man. Like I'm saying. So let me get to this this video real quick, and then we're gonna come back and then give our thoughts on it.
That's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today. what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
But what happens to when the woman tell you, I don't need a man, Steve?
Well, they need to, what? Okay, if you don't, how that's working? You know, how that's working? Who don't need no man?
I'm independent. I can do for myself.
Yeah, but why do you want to?
Yeah, that video was 2 minutes long. I didn't even realize it was like 2 minutes long. But man, y'all heard what the man said, man. Had the internet up in roars. A lot of women in the comments agreeing with him. You know what I mean?
Yes, Steve, as usual.
So what's your thoughts on that, Ace?
And that's the number one panderer. They call me the panderer on the but I ain't nothing compared to Steve Harvey, bro.
I ain't gonna front. It's been a minute since they called you that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, like you must have changed your ways. They said, like, yeah.
I mean, they probably just really got to know me. That's what it was, man. But Steve Harvey, man, he wrote thing like, what's the book called? Think like a man. I like, yo, he been against us from the beginning, in my opinion, man. But Steve Harvey, I think he like to speak from, I guess, his time and the way he came up, you know what I mean? But he don't understand times have changed. These are different women out here, like, you know what I mean? And we in different times. You know what I mean? Women is out here working. They work hard to get to this point where they earning just as much, if not more, than some men. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to take care of your children and your family, but in these times, you know what I mean, the roles has definitely changed. You know what I mean? Everybody's not $100K per year you earn, I mean, and he just living in the past, in my opinion, man. That's all it was.
What's your thoughts on this, Jew?
I see, look, and I like Steve, man. So does every other woman on earth, I guess.
So is your mom or your grandma?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
you understand? You just called yourself a woman, though. Like,
no, I wasn't saying. I was just saying. Yeah, it do sound kind of crazy now. But what I'm saying is, I'm kind of disappointed, and you know, it's so hard when, you know, I feel like men are not holding women accountable because I feel like successful men don't want to hold women accountable because it's more marketable to be on their side, to protect his platform, to protect where he is. But, you know, it's hypocritical. You get what I'm saying? You know, part of me wonder if he has a son, you know, because, you know, I look at Lori, I look at his wife. Maybe he's surrounded by women, so it's easier for him to see from a woman's perspective and from a rich man's perspective, where he's not looking from an average guy, you know, where he probably ain't gonna hear a woman say they don't need a man because a woman would need him because they'll use him for his money. Because on that same interview, he also mentioned how his ex-wife, took all his money. So the same man that feels like, oh, we shouldn't be worrying about that, he was just also talking about how he got robbed from his ex-wife or his previous marriage. So I find it hypocritical. You get what I'm saying? Like, for him not to understand or, you know, even put himself in that shoe, which he once was. Even as an older man, he was once broke because of divorce issues and alimony and all this other stuff. So I don't know, man.
Nah, I mean, I see somebody in the comments say he the Hokage of Sims, man. That's a Naruto cool, like, you know what I mean, reference right there, man. Yo, nah, listen. At the end of the day, and this is what frustrates me about, you know, older women. Older men, is that they view women as still that traditional, you know, type of woman, and a lot of women are not that. You get what I'm saying? So Steve is very much he thinks that, you know, a woman automatically comes into a man's life and provides value. Us men in real life, in reality, that's in the current dating market, we understand that's not really a thing. Like, and we can't just assume that it's natural in her. And, you know, women will say, oh, it's natural for me to be a nurturer and provider. I don't think so anymore. I really don't think it's as natural as women like to believe it is. So to kind of encourage women to be like, oh, well, and that goes back to, we talk about all the time where women just feel like all they have to offer is sex in a relationship, and that's damn near what he was saying. Like, you get what I'm saying? She could bring another you. That means a woman is only good for her body. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I don't think a lot of men ain't falling for that no more. Like, you get what I'm saying? We want more substance in a relationship. Not saying, oh yeah, I gotta go 50-50 and X, Y, and Z, but we want to hear something else outside of like, yo, my box is good enough. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's just unacceptable. And unfortunately, we understand that women are the biggest consumers in America. Specifically, especially Black women. So it is easier to pander to that demographic and say the things that we know they want to hear, because at the end of the day, they probably support him. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of the people
do.
A lot of the people that watch fucking Family Feud is mainly women. I'm pretty sure. Like, you get what I'm saying? So you can't go against the grain. You know what I mean? I always say that about us. If we pander to women on some Derrick Jackson, Pastor Poppy Don shit, we'd be a lot more successful. I tell you that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, actually, Ace, go back to pander. Like, we need you to just pander. That's what it is.
I'm gonna have to take up that
one for the team, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know,
but even when he's saying that she could bring another you, a lot of women these days is bringing somebody else you know what I mean, into a relationship. You know what I mean, so it ain't special. It ain't special that you can bring. What else can you do? You know what I mean, I appreciate if you come in with your womb unused. That's a big thing. You know what I mean, but what else can you bring me? You know what I mean, this is
is it wrong for men to ask what else women bring besides sex? Like, I feel like it's so much slander when, you know, men feel like I think it's so much slander behind men that even ask that question. And like, generally, we don't ask that question directly. Like, yo, what do you bring to the table? Like, don't get it mixed up. You get what I'm saying? But when we do look at you and want some answers about other things besides pussy and attitude, you know, we need some answers. And are we wrong for asking those type of questions? I need to know.
I mean, according to these women these days, man, you sassy, man.
Oh yeah, if you ask that question, that's sassy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, go check out the last episode we just had, man. Like, so like, again, I agree with both Jew and Ace, man. It's just, I think it's unfair to tell men that they should have to settle for pretty much nothing, like, just because she's a woman. Like, you know what I mean? Men want substance. We have standards. It's okay for us to have standards or preferences. And we got to stick to that, man. Like, regardless of what, you know, people might say, you know what I mean? We just got to stay with our standards and stay with our preferences, man. Don't care what nobody say. So, like I said, man, I put the link in the chat, man. I need y'all. I want y'all to come join the live stream. I want to hear what y'all thoughts are. Maybe we looking at this wrong. Maybe that is what women are supposed to bring. Maybe we should have asked a woman bring to the table. I don't know, man. We want to hear from y'all, man. So.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that a man shouldn't take care of his wife and his children, you know what I mean? But she got to be worth taking care of at the end of the day.
But I'm also hearing from women, multiple women, even if a man is providing, he shouldn't expect her to do housely duties. So if I'm hearing this in a bunch, then I'm also hearing saying, well, if he's providing, why is she working? So I want to know from women, if a man is providing for you, does he have the right to tell you what to do? Because that part is not clicking with me. Like, because I'm providing for you and you want to work, I can't stop you from work. I could stop you from working if I wanted to because I'm providing, or me not stopping you is a blessing, because that's what I would assume. Like, why should I stop your dreams if you still want to work? I just know I want to be treated with respect at the same time. It's mixed up.
But then they're using that dream as an excuse for why they can't take care of the household. So if I'm paying all the bills and you working just because you want to work and you're not taking care of the house, then what's the point of me paying all the bills then? Like,
I think men are genuinely trying to figure out, if I'm going to be a provider for a woman, what am I getting in return that's, you know, equivalent to me providing for this woman? And I don't think men are getting a sufficient enough answer from, you know, women, some women, and we're saying like, yo, that ain't it. Like, you know what I mean?
Always reply with deflection or reverse psychology, hurt tactics, you know, trying to, you know, question our manhood when we even ask that. Like I said, or like we all have said, I don't think men have a problem with it. And with women making money, I don't see it should be a problem if we're doing it for our family, with them putting in with certain things as well. You get what I'm saying? So I don't feel like a less of a man. I appreciate that my lady doesn't even question stuff like that, man.
But the reason you provided in the first place is to take, you know what I mean, part of that burden off your mate, you know what I mean, your wife. So in return, she should be taking part of a burden off of you, correct? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
And that's usually, you know what I mean, around the house. Because if I'm paying all the bills, I mean, you're supposed to be taking the burden of me having to come home and do certain things most of the time. I'm not saying I'm not going to help you, because I'm still going hold my end of the deal. And I mean, if you tired, I mean, I still got you. I know you do this every day. So, but I mean,
don't you still got to provide every day? Don't you still got to protect every day? Don't you still got to worry about her feelings every day? Don't you still got to be emotionally there? Don't you got to still be funny, you know, charming, all that? You can't take no fucking days off in that, because if then she want to jump ship and talk to Tom, Dick, and Harry because you're not giving her no attention, you're wrong. So I don't understand how we can excuse women to allow them to get all this stuff. They always say, well, it's not gender roles, but it's always the gender roles has to stay with the man and what men have to do. And I'm not saying women don't need help, but they have to, you know, also own the shit that they have to do and what they bring to a relationship that helps a man. We know what we got to do. We don't say, hey, yo, I love you, but today I can't save you. I can't worry about your feelings. I can't pay them bills. I get tired of doing that.
I can't protect you. I mean, I can't protect you.
We can't do that shit.
Yeah, I always say this on the show. Like when we talk about gender roles, like we know exactly what it is, you know, that men are supposed to do. Like the first thing we say, gender, oh, man got to protect and provide. But now all of a sudden, when we talk about a woman, like what a woman should do and what's her gender role, now becomes interchangeable. You know what I mean? So when we say, oh, be a nurturer and cooking and cleaning, oh, well, men can do that too. Oh, well, you know what I mean? So their roles have, their roles have become interchangeable, but our roles are just definitive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it does not change. And I'm just like, yo, that doesn't even make sense.
They might as well change it from gender roles to male roles. That's it.
Nigga, male roles. Like, yo, man. Listen, again, I'll put the link in the chat. I know we got some people backstage. We're gonna get to some callers real quick.
Wait, let me get to the super chat before we get to that. I'm Victoria says Steve Harvey just exposed himself as biggest simp and pandering known today. He is making things harder between the sexes and pretty much telling women today that they don't have to offer any value. That's a fact.
Listen, man, Steve is very old fashioned, man, and I fucks with Steve, man. I hope one day we have that interview with him and, you know, really try to challenge some of his, you know, maybe his outdated, you know, obsolete thinking. You know what I mean?
I want to send some clips from our show and like, yo, Steve, what do you say to this?
Yeah, I do say what you say, man.
We just have a whole compilation. That's the whole interview. Just the whole compilation of clips. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your thoughts on this? Yo, man.
What's up?
Yo.
What it do? How y'all doing, fellas?
My guy.
Was good. I know in these spaces I wouldn't say always, but majority of us agree on most things. But I actually disagree with one of y'all when y'all said that women are not really nurturing today. I don't know who said that.
I probably said that. Why you disagree with it?
I think what's happening is women are just settling. So they settling for dudes that they actually don't really want to be with. And that's why they are more less likely to be nurturing. If they were with dudes that they actually, you know, admired, respected, etc., they will still be nurturing. They'll still be themselves.
Well, or poor selection.
Good. I like that.
But let me ask you this, man.
I think it's settling, but I like that. I like what you did there.
Do they respect the everyday man anymore?
I don't think so.
If they don't respect that man, then the only person they're gonna be nurturing to at the end of the day is what? High value men, right?
Yeah, but this is why most people should be on their shit, man. I think a lot of men, they have this fairy tale that women are gonna love them for them, that women are gonna be like, you know, these angels, these innocent angels that didn't do nothing wrong, that didn't be hoes, etc. And then they actually fall in love, or whatever words you want to use, and then they get their feelings hurt, and then they be like, oh, you was this, you was that, when all these spaces, like us guys, we talk about women all the time about how they actually are. That's why podcasts like y'all are so important, because y'all actually show what women are and what they actually, versus the political version of themselves.
Mm. So I do agree with, I think that our parents should teach, black boys, or just boys in general growing up, that love is conditional. You know what I mean? I guess we grew up thinking that love is supposed to be unconditional, and then when we get there, we like, damn, okay, there is conditions to it. The same way we have to teach our young girls growing up that love is not a Disney fairy tale. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna, your Prince Charming might be not who you think it is. Like, you get what I'm saying? He's not gonna be a king or a prince of Wakanda. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yes.
I think both boys and girls growing up have to understand realistic expectations and not be so delusional.
Well, it's a little bit more crazy, maybe I'm biased because I feel like
let's hear it.
men are raised to treat women like queens, as we should, but women are raised to know that a relationship is transactional. They just don't know what they have to give in a relationship. They know that a man has to be of certain status for them to be happy, but we're not taught on what we should be looking for. The only thing we know that is that a woman should handle the household and shit, and that's the bare minimum in our eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so much pushback from men, like, oh, well, this is the least you could do if I'm doing this, that, and another. You get what I'm saying? So this is the only thing we know we supposed to be getting, when they know they supposed to be getting the world.
What would you advise guys to do then in this situation, in this current dating market spot that we're in?
Oh man, that's freaking hard. Like, I know there's a lot of women that would qualify for a great woman. I think we need to stop just looking at beauty or booty. You get what I'm saying? And I hate to say, like, not date down, but like we want 10s all the time and we want the baddest chick. I think sometimes you got to be able to eliminate the ones that may look good or may not be good for you, for the one that might be right, but you're still attracted to. You get what I'm saying? Like, fucking is going to be last but so long, man. You can fuck till your nuts don't work no more. Like, I just don't understand. Like, it's more to a relationship than fucking, man. We got to stop thinking with our dicks.
Okay. Yeah, I think we just have to learn how to adapt. You know what I mean? Like, if you are a guy who's, earns an average income, nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we're going to talk about that later. Or even a little bit more than average. You know what I mean? You have to understand that, that you have to work together with your partner. Like, you might not be able to fully provide 100% because of the climate, inflation, obviously. And you got to work together. You can't just assume that she got to come home. If she working too, and she coming home cooking and cleaning, you might have to pick up a dish or a pot, a pan to help out. You want to, I think we got to relieve the pressure, you know what I mean, from both parties and be more realistic about that. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you are a man who is fortunate enough to be in a high earning, and realistically, like, we got to keep it a buck. Not every man is going to be able to make 100, 200 plus K. That's just not realistic. Like, you get what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean they don't deserve a good woman, a loyal woman, a submissive woman, a feminine woman. Like, you get what I'm saying? So you just got to be more realistic, I think, obviously, when it comes to dating a relationship.
There's also a problem in that, and maybe I'm wrong. I need all y'all advice on this. I think sometimes when men ease up and help women in those categories, they tend to get comfortable, just like in a relationship, right? I'm gonna use a relationship as an example. Before you commit to a woman, you get all the sex you want, right? Once y'all get in a relationship, the sex starts to decrease. Even me in my house, once I started doing a lot of the house chores, the laundry, the cooking, my lady, she started like, oh, he got it. You know what I'm saying? Had to spin the block like, yo, I love you. I know you tired, but nigga tired too. You heard? Like,
facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I think sometimes women get comfortable and complacent. Like, they say when you give a man an inch, you take him out. I've realized that, she may be tired, but I also realize if, sometimes as a leader, women want you to tell them to do shit where men feel like, I shouldn't have to tell you to do this. You should know already. And I think that's a common problem that we deal with in our relationships.
And I think we just got to stop assuming, again, we got to stop assuming that, well, she's going to be submissive and nurturing to the right woman. That's like saying a man is going to be a protector and a leader and provider to the right woman. Like, that's not always the case. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just not, you know what I mean?
Okay, so can you go
we give
further
women
than
that excuse or that option to be like, oh well, you know, you just wasn't the right person for her. That's why she wasn't feminine. Or like, we got to stop with that excuse. I believe, you know.
Can you go further than that? So you don't think that a woman that's really attracted to a dude is gonna fall back into being feminine, or a dude that's gonna, you know, that really likes a woman, he's not gonna be like protective over her?
I think that can be the case, but I don't think that's always the case. I don't think it's as natural anymore as it probably used to be. I think we have adapted, and I think certain behaviors have to be, you know, taught or learned nowadays. You know what I mean?
I also don't think women base their attraction off of how a person looked. I think it's more of a transactional thing of what more can this person give me rather than the other person. Or
would you say that's a older group or a younger group?
Shit, now I don't know. Granny's in the club trying to get popped off too, my boy.
He said, "Granny, sugar mama."
What are your thoughts, Go? I want to hear actually go to.
I do see a lot of granny videos now. I mean, they still looking, but they twerking and shit like online and shit. So they, I don't know, they might be making
some grannies at Mocha Fest, and you already seen what's going on at Mocha Fest. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
And I know y'all got a lot of callers, so this I want to be my last question. Right. What would y'all advise guys to say when it comes to, because I think y'all was talking about it earlier, which is like the average guy. Would y'all still want him to expect the woman to give him their full femininity, their full submission, their full everything, even though he's still an average dude, or no?
Yeah, I think if you have vetted this man out for a relationship, I said this on a previous show, if you have vetted him out for a relationship, I think that you should be comfortable enough being feminine and submissive for him. Now, you talking about an average Joe on the street, I'm not saying that, but you looked at this man and you vetted him properly, or you thought you vetted him properly for a relationship. I think you should give all your femininity and submission to him. Now, if he's not doing the things or whatever the case is, he's not, you know, if he's some bum ass, whatever the case is, but if he's some bum, I don't know why you in a relationship with him in the first place. You get what I'm saying? But again, if we're talking about this productive men and women or whatever the case is, just normally, if you have vetted this man out for a relationship and you thought that he was qualified to be your significant other or partner, then yes, I think that the femininity and submission should be up front. You know what I mean? So now if you're talking about, if she got to go half on the bills, you know, that's different. And I still think if you got to go half on the bills, then that man should still get your femininity and submission, just like he would get your protection and leadership, regardless of if he didn't have a job or whatever the case is. Like men can't fluctuate and be like, well, I can only be half masculine because she didn't provide. Like, you know, it doesn't make sense. Give your all in a relationship and let it work out from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And average, people scared of that word. I don't know why, man. Most people are average. So even the women that don't want the average dudes, they average themselves. I mean, so so why wouldn't he deserve it if y'all on the same level?
Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all for answering my question. That fella.
Appreciate you calling in, man.
100%.
Shout out to you, man.
Yo, his setup is clean too. He got the 4K camera. Like, what?
Studios, man.
That nigga got the Eagle Eye 3000.
Facts.
What's up, fam? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing blessed, man. I was hearing the conversation.
Yes, sir.
There's certain things. Excuse if I forget his name. Studios that I didn't agree with, probably like a couple. I personally feel like men and women just have their standards too high. Back to Eli's point, he said, or was it Ace that talked about being average?
Yeah.
Okay, so I looked this up too, and especially in our community, because you know we have wedlock going on, and we have other things of that sort, and it just really troubles me, just as a Black man in general, because I do want to start my own family. I want to create my own legacy, and we tend to hold certain things on our community as far as what we need to make as men. I don't agree with Steve Harvey in no way, shape, or form. Just for the simple fact is I do come from a traditional family, but we don't live in traditional times no more. Right. Like we don't live in a time where we could just one person could just fully take care of the household. It's not one of that. It's not at all. And to your point, Eli, you was talking about the woman being 100% feminine, whether you go 50 or not. I do believe that should like be the norm. It shouldn't be like something out of like a higher place, like at all. Like I do believe that like
traditional femininity type of situation, like
exactly like it's just even the numbers even talk about that too. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like the numbers don't add up to what people is trying to put in their reality. And I think that's what us as a Black community have a problem with. We always see these celebrities, we always see these actors, we always see these people that have over well off 100K.
Mm-hmm.
But our numbers in the Black community do not even coincide with that. So I personally believe it is our values and what we, our standards. And I think we do need to lower them because I'm going to be honest. Most of us can't even afford bad bitches. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to completely say it. Most of us cannot afford bad bitches. Like, I know we like the Gucci, we like the chains, we like all that, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But
so what's an unrealistic standard that men are having right now? But I hear you with the who we're going after. But yeah, I mean dive in deeper to that and let me understand.
Okay, so basically, because you know, obviously you guys experienced, especially in our community, where us as Black men sometimes do flex things that we don't have or that we do seem that we have. I think that's one of them. That, like, to mention what you were saying, Ju, like us, it seems like we're always in competition with that. Like we could go to the grocery store, we can go to the liquor store, we can go to the mall, we can go anywhere in public places, and as soon as we see somebody of our color, it's just automatic static or jealousy.
I'm about a bigger bottle. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the bottle could be $9. If someone gonna flex, oh, okay, you got a $9 bottle, but hey, I got this $40 bottle. You ain't fucking with me. So you know what I'm saying? So like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, so I think that's one of the things I was trying to mention to you, Drew, about us having like things that we need to settle as Black men. Like, another thing too, as far as the women's standpoint, I do believe if a man makes 50K, I don't believe that makes him any less of a man. Like, I truly believe that you, whether the man makes $1 million or $0, you should still respect him as a man, because as a man, his duties doesn't change. Like whether you're walking down the street, if he sees someone attack you or anything, he's gonna try to jump in there, like regardless if he knows you or not. So I think we need to establish, or not establish, but understand our roles more. Like, it's okay to do certain things as a man. It is okay to do certain things as a woman. Like, we have been city girls telling women our age and younger that it's okay to be a thought. No, it's not okay to be a thought. Like, it's just far as men. Like, I even had this problem too, where I thought it was just so cool to be player. Like, and I was thinking that just for a long time. Like, oh yeah, I got so many bitches, I don't care about nobody. So that's what we got to reflect as men and women too. Like, because that's just a recipe like for disaster. So we got to understand that too.
So what's your thoughts on Steve saying a woman shouldn't have to bring anything to the table?
I think that's cap. If I was in front of him, I would give him a graduation cap.
Yeah, I'm thinking you said you're gonna slap.
Nah, I ain't gonna slap. Nah, because I still
he gave him the ultimate cap, bro. That's the ultimate cap.
The ultimate cap. Like, and
Cap
like
University.
I said, I respect Steve Harvey just solely because he's, I don't care what nobody say. Like, we look up to older men and with our same color, because they fight the same struggles as we do. So there has to be a balance of respect of what he says. But I don't think everything he says is credible. Like, I don't believe that a woman should just get everything solely because she's a woman. Like, prime example, even though, because my parents was married, my mother and father was together for 30 plus years. It was literally death do us part. And one thing stuck to me that he said, because even though that he passed, rest in peace, this is what I think defines a man, that even though that you're in a marriage, you still want your significant other to live life, like no matter what happens. So, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't carry those values due to social media, due to, family situations. It may not be their fault. Sometimes it is, but, it depends on what they've been through. So, as long as with the Steve Harvey thing, I just think that the values that he's placing onto us, man, is kind of unrealistic due to the simple fact that it doesn't match our times right now. It doesn't. And I know plenty of men that want to be a provider. I know plenty of men that want to be in a child's life, that wants to take up that, big role. It's just too much right now. We don't have that. So two people have to work. I'm in California. There's no way you can survive off of a $20,000 income. It's just no way.
And women created the factor of us both having to work and have to put into both homes with that feminist movement. Y'all gonna have to hold that. You know what I'm saying? That one was created by y'all ladies. So you know what I mean? Put your thinking cap, the other graduation cap.
The graduation cap. That big cap, what Steve Harvey said. And I don't know, because I'm still trying to figure out stuff as a young black man too. I'm only 28. I know y'all ain't too much older than me, so it's kind of like, it's hard. Like, it's hard trying to, want to live up to the man that you want to be and what you're supposed to be. But we have women, that don't value the average man. Back to what you were saying, Ace, like, no one respects average men. Like,
I want to touch on something else that you said that I think was pretty dope. You mentioned how like men have to know their value as well. Like, just because we can fuck multiple women don't mean we have to. You know what I'm saying? We should find a valuable woman and respect her rather than just playing in these streets, man. I honestly believe that is a true sentiment. Like, I felt like at a point in my life, I had access to a lot of women, but I could have lost a good woman in the process, dibbling and dabbling. So a lot of men lose something good worth, going hard for because they chasing pussy all over the world.
Nah, correct. I'm gonna be honest. I accept my accountability. I was a fuck boy for a good 6-7 years. You couldn't tell me shit at 21. I was smaller than what I was. I was popular. I was in college. I was doing my thing. A bitch couldn't tell me nothing. She couldn't even tell me to toss my shoe around. So, once you have access to that, it's kind of hard because, a lot of men don't get the access to sex is what they make it seem like. It's very hard. Like, I believe a lot of men don't even know how to properly court a woman. Like, people, I still go up to their house, knock on their door, just from the values my father taught me and what I've seen him do, court women. I don't do obviously the flowers and stuff, unless you're really my girl. Like, I don't do those type of things unless I see a solid commitment. And I think a lot of us men need to place those boundaries on us too. Because you said something too, Drew. You was talking about how men know that they have to be nice. Like, they know they have to be a certain way. They know that they're taught a certain way to treat women. Yeah. I don't think a lot of men are taught to understand a woman of non-value and treat her accordingly. I don't think that's the case. And that's why we get so many girls thinking it's okay to finesse men. It's okay to be a side chick. It's okay to, fuck niggas, get money. It's okay to catch 30 bodies and think you're not gonna get caught on the BS. Same thing for men. Like, it's not okay for you to lie to multiple women saying you're a player, but yet you're over here lying to multiple women to get the pussy. No, you're gonna get an STD. You're not player, bro. You're not. And as soon as hopefully soon, because I want my black people to succeed. I just don't think we have enough outlets. I think this is what you guys are doing is a positive outlet that we need as black men. Like, black men need to watch this more. Like, we need to get accustomed and we need to understand more about ourselves and what our duties is in black men, because we're lost out here. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. We are lost out here, men and women. Like, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I was gonna agree with you. Like, I think you know what it is. There needs to be a understanding because obviously the older generation is very stuck in their ways, and they still think relationships are
Completely.
back in the day. Like, and then the modern men are saying, well, these ain't the women of back in the day. These are a whole generation of women that have came from those older generation, and now they are number one looking at men as less than. They're not respecting men as much. You know what I mean? And the older generation of men can't understand it. Like Steve can't understand like what the fuck is going on, and we trying to tell that nigga like, yo,
Yeah.
like this ain't Marjorie. Like this ain't the woman that you dated in the past.
Steve still thinks this is the girls from the Temptations, like the 5 Heartbeats. Like he thinks these women are that. Like they're not that right now.
I'm not
gonna say.
I don't want to be too crucial on Steve, but his woman was another man's woman. So I mean,
I heard he had like a couple of failed marriages too, and he dated a kingpin's wife or son.
That's Marjorie. So his wife was married to a man who just got arrested. So
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Her husband got arrested. He just got out, but he was doing 35 years. So Steve stepped in. So maybe him and Steve knew each other, I heard prior. So, or during his session in jail, he just picked up the slack. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't have any value. Truly, their relationship is love or whatever the case may be. I'm not here to question that. But when you ready to jump ship because a nigga got more money clips, then I don't think you the one I want to be with.
Dang, I don't want to harp too much on Steve because I feel like obviously age do play a part back then, but obviously as men we don't get the grace to say like, oh, I fucked up. So I just believe that just like how women are pookie choosers, men are pookie choosers as well. Like we can choose women just off of a fat ass, some titties, some nice feet.
And even his own daughter was with a man who treated her well, wanted to propose to her, wanted to marry her, and she was like, no, like you know what I'm saying? So
Lori.
Yeah, so again, like even when men we ain't never heard nothing negative about Michael B. Jordan. I don't care how much women want to try to assume this, that, and the third. I ain't never heard no bad press about that man. He did.
Eli, I don't think that's. You're right, because we haven't heard nothing bad about Michael B. Jordan, but it's okay to shame the black man, like publicly. Like it's okay to shame the black man because obviously it's the thing to do right now. We're one of the most highlighted races in the world, not just America. Like it's okay to shit on black men. It's okay to say like, oh, like people will shame a black man for him doing his job and he goes broke for it. But if you go to a white man and he does it, oh, it's okay. You did the best you can. Like, and I don't like to make it a race thing, but it's just for the simple fact is that black men don't get enough grace, and we really don't have room for error.
We don't get no grace, man. We don't get no grace at all.
We don't like to make it a race thing, but it is. It truly is.
If we look at every other race, we definitely at the bottom in terms of grace for sure. Like, there's no situation where you would go in and be like, oh yeah, he black, so let me give him a little leave. No, there's no situation like that, man. If we mess up, that's it for us.
And then we went from back in the day, we went from women saying, oh, he got to have a job, you know what I mean, to get with me type of situation, whole TLC situation. Now men got jobs. Now, oh well, that job ain't good enough. Now you got to make $100K. Like, so it's like it seems to be a constant moving of the goalposts. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I agree with that too. I got a couple more questions for y'all because I'm not sure if it was this last live from 2 weeks ago, but it was something that you said, Eli. It was something about the money that the average black man and black woman made. And it's ironic. I was looking at a certain live on here a couple of days ago on YouTube because I do music and stuff, so I obviously try to keep up with what's going on. And they said the average black man makes around like $35,000 a year, $40,000 a year.
Nah, that's incorrect. And I'm glad that you did mention that because I do want to share some information real quick.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Hold on. Let me bring this up on the screen. All right. So this is the average income. You know what I mean? Average medium incomes by sex, race, and Hispanic, right? So I got a filter right now from with black men and black women. And this is from the Department of Labor.gov. So this ain't no like BS website. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is up to 2021. It's not currently updated to 23. Obviously, it takes them a while to update their numbers. But if you look at the medium annual earnings, right, you have black men who earn about $50,000 a year, right? That's the average medium income, right? And then you go to black women, they have a medium income of $46,000 a year. You get what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
you know, it as much, and this is why I always say black men have to control their own narrative, because if you let black women tell it, they will say we earn X, you know, a certain amount of numbers. And like I say, I can look this up. But like I said, this is the Department of Labor. Like this is motherfuckers who specialize in fucking workforce. So you get what I'm saying? So y'all can look it up if y'all want. But again, and then if we go to, you know, different men, like let's say we put white men, like even if we filter it by just men, right? And let's take out black women. Let's put Asian men in here. Hispanic men in here. All right. So clearly, obviously, the Asian men, them niggas is out. Them niggas is making money. The average income is 81, which is higher than the white man's, who's at 64. Then obviously we got the black man's income, and then the Hispanic man. So again, black men out earn Hispanic men, but you don't hear their women bashing them like, you know how our women bash us. You get what I'm saying? Like, so you know, like we are third amongst men in this country. Now, if you go to black women, you know, it's not like they go. If you ask them, they're out here making the most money and this, that, and the third. Let's go to black women, right? So, well, let's just go to all ethnic groups of women. So let me put black women, obviously, white women, Asian women, and Hispanic women, right? So it's the same thing. Asian women are the highest earners amongst women. Then you got white women, then you got black women, and then you got Hispanic women. You get what I'm saying? So they're in the same position, you know, as black men. You know what I mean? As far as, you know, race and sex and stuff like that, right? In the same position. But they will make it seem like, oh, well, we have all the education in the world, and they keep lying to y'all and keep saying they're the most educated. They're not the most educated. Like, you know what I'm saying? They might be the most enrolled, but even when them being enrolled, the percentage of them actually graduating is not as high as they make it seem. And I'm not trying to downplay women, but I'm trying to stress the importance of why black men need to speak up more and, you know, advocate for our own images and stop letting people, you know, come on here and lie on us. So, you know what I'm saying? So
Agreed.
Like,
I think this is the first time that
Labor,
black men can
That's Department of Labor.com, and y'all can look those stats up yourselves.
Yo, shout out to Eli, man.
You gotta
Good tonight, man.
Yeah, bro. I didn't expect Eli to have that, because that made me the chart I was looking at was probably around 2019, 2018.
Mm.
So I'm glad that you brought up that chart, because I was misinformed. So
yeah. I mean, like I said, it'll vary. Like, you know, even when I go to like blackdemographics.com, the numbers will vary. It all depends on where you go, obviously, but never 36,000. Like, I've never seen any of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Black men, we out here in trade school, we out here working, like, you know what I'm saying? So even a white man, his average income ain't fucking 100K a year. They damn near on the same middle income just as us. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But we appreciate you, man. We want to get to other people, man. We appreciate you calling in.
Oh yeah, y'all take it easy, man. Appreciate y'all having me on here.
Yo, appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Like I said, man, it's just about controlling our narratives, man. I know I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna get to some people in the back. We still got more people in the back.
Play the video again.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the video again for the people that just joined. I know we got some super chats.
Let me get to the super chat for Big Bro Niji. Say all black folk ain't kinfolk. Don't let the smooth taste fool you.
I mean, that's a fact. That is a fact, man. Like,
I always say this.
Yo, shout out to Niji, man.
Right,
we got any more super chats?
Nah, it's still.
That's another one.
That it was that. I thought there was another one.
My fault. I didn't even see this one. My fault. Niji overshadowed you. My fault, bro. Arnold Allen. He said, "Let her go stress out the next man."
I mean, shit. Like,
in the next one.
Listen, man. If y'all just tuning in, make sure you hit that like button.
And I see Amber in the chat. She just joined in.
Yo, shout out to Amber.
Shout out to Amber, man. That's like our sister.
And if y'all want that green, like, you check on y'all shit. Make sure y'all join the membership. We got that interview with Dr. Umar, man. Like, it's a great interview Huh?
Well, who? I beg your what you said?
Oh, yeah. This guy, you had me fucked up for a second. I was say his name wrong. Like, I'm saying, like, yeah, that Dr. Umar episode is a great episode. It do get a little spicy. There's a little back and forth in there. You know
I
what
wanted to say too, like, some of this conversation correlates to the conversation we had with him about the expectation of a man dating a woman that's like that. You know, yep, it's definitely correlated.
Listen, man, make sure y'all join that membership.
He would have had to say about that Steve Harvey clip.
We should have said Steve directly. Like,
I had a clip for him. It was so much. Y'all seen the topics. It was so much topics, man. We honestly probably needed a 4-hour interview with that man to get through all the topics. But like again, it was a great conversation. As soon as we put it up, we're gonna put it on the members, so the members gonna get access to that early. So y'all gonna make sure y'all want to tune in for that. It's gonna be in 2 parts, so make sure y'all tune in for that. So I'm gonna play this video again with the Steve Harvey. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna take some more calls, and then we're gonna talk about Ebony K. Williams, man. Like we gonna get to her real quick too.
That's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
But what happens to the...
Yeah, I got a question. So what's their job?
You ain't supposed to ask that, man. That's sassy. You asking them what they job, that's sassy. That's what they gonna say.
I need some fucking answers, Steve.
According to him, their job is to make another you, man. But like I was saying earlier, sometimes they come in with somebody else.
Somebody else's you.
He picked up somebody with somebody else you. You know what I mean? Laurie's somebody else you. You know what I mean? That's not his you.
Yo, Nola, man, was goody.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, same. Huh?
How are you, man?
Y'all can hear me well?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I don't do this streaming stuff a lot, so
yeah, man. I appreciate you for calling in, man. Like, so what's your thoughts on this whole Steve Harvey situation, man?
I mean, I've known for quite a while, or felt for quite a while, that he was just, I used to say like a simp, but it's not really just a simp, it's a pander, and there's just money in it, especially with black women especially, but black women even more so. And he's been doing it for quite a long time. If you watch like his old shows, or the show, Steve Harvey show, I mean, he pretty much pandered to like his love interest the whole time. So did Cedric. Like, it's just what we do in media. Like, and you just gotta take it what it is, and that's what comes with it. But what they call it, spit out the bones and whatever. So that's what I do with it. I try to respect him because it feels like he's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to be a solid person. But it just feels like intellectually dense, like the arguments he makes, and it feels like it's on purpose. It feels like, I don't know, it's just
Which one do you think is worse, simping or pandering?
Pandering because it's intentional. Like simping, sometimes you can't help it because based on how you were raised. I was lucky. I was named by my father. Like, I saw my father whoop niggas' ass like multiple dudes at one time. Like, he was a boxer. He built things with his hands. He worked concrete, streets. So dudes who weren't raised around that on a consistent basis, they grow up to be, sometimes they make money, and then, you know, so it's still cool. They can have a luxury life, but they still are like morally bereft when it comes to just, you know, being a man or being like a sound father. Like, in a dark alley, is your woman protected? Is your child protected? Type shit. Like, probably not. So you have to be safe at all times. You have to just, I don't know. Like, so yeah, I feel like overall, just being a panderer is worse because it's intentional, and they can take advantage of simps. I don't think a simp would take advantage of a pander. So
okay,
yeah.
I see how you put that. I see how you put that.
Pandering worse for the simple fact that it's mainstream, like, you know what I mean, it's promoted. You know what I mean, so it's showing other people that you're doing it. Simping, you might just be simping for a girl and nobody else know about it, you know what I mean? But pandering now, it's for everybody to see. And Now,
simping you lose money, pandering you gain money. Like,
no, facts.
you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can gain a little by simping because there's a little simping and pandering sometimes for sure, but there's more so of the pandering, and that's what Steve Harvey does. He sells books with it, he sells shows with it.
I seen somebody say how much money. I seen somebody say how much money can you possibly make by pandering to women, like, and I'm like,
he's worth like what, $400 million?
Yeah, he's worth.
And most of that came from what, radio and the new stuff and the books. It didn't come from the Steve Harvey show. It didn't even really come from the comedy show he did with Cedric and the Kings of Comedy. Like, yeah, like, so most of that money came from pandering. Like, and a lot of these dudes ended up making money from it. It's a whole industry behind it. That's where I feel like the response, because I've been listening to like pretty much the whole time. I feel as though the responsibility comes on the men when it comes to just like having some dignity. Like, I'm not saying we need to control ourselves at work for sure. Like, that's how you make your bread. All right. But outside of that, like, you ain't gotta be cool with this, what's going on. Like, you can have some scruples about yourself and still move. And another thing, all right, quick story. This happened to me recently. A dude who I consider an associate, but somewhat of a friend, like, been through some stuff together or whatever. I had to cut him off. Like, it's not even like we were talking every day, but I unfriended him on Facebook. I did so for a simple reason. He did something that disgusted me. It was like the most simplest. I'm not gonna say what it was.
Now we gotta know what it was.
You gotta tell the story, man.
Come on, man. Can't leave the folks with that cliffhanger.
Y'all know his name, so
yeah, we know who it is.
All right, so I'm not saying dealing with a baby mama is like the worst thing in the world. It ain't for me. I'm with my woman. We getting married, got our kid, whatever. I ain't with the baby mama stuff. I feel like there should be a punishment. A long story. So that was already strike one. Cool. Maybe she's a good person. Now apparently they were doing like the sex tape thing, whatever. I'm like, okay. She already has a kid. Like, he gonna grow up knowing that happened. Like, that's kind of foul. Whatever. You're doing it to his mom. Now he has a kid with her, and I found out, or I was about to have a kid with her, and I found out that like he's been doing, I guess having either an open relationship or selling sex tapes where she smashes other dudes, or it's just, I don't know. Well, I know that, like, I know that's happening, and the people who told me are closer to him than I am. So I'm like, that's happening, and it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm not really. If you were like my blood brother, maybe I could like, all right, do my best to look past it. But it was real easy to just like, all right, I can never associate with him like that ever again. And especially the way he talks about his relationship is like, oh, like lovey-dovey and one forever and all. And it's like, if you treated her like a side, cool. But you don't treat her like she like lower on the roster. You treat her like that's your number one girl, the only girl you messing with, and you allowing that to happen, and then you trying to make a profit off of it, saying that you need to make some money, like. Nah, I ain't with that. So to me, that was just the most interesting thing, because I feel like she probably tried to convince him to do it. And, no fault to her own. She played her game. But the fact that you agreed to it, I can't rock with you. And you're not even like my brother like that to begin with. I had to cut that off. So to me, I've always been like that, though. Like, when it came to situations, my family, friends, regardless, if you just foul or you just do something that I feel like lacks dignity or lacks character, I can't rock with it. If I see you like you trying to be better or whatever, or you're doing the best you can, cool, and then you slip up, you mess up. Everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I'm not with the just anything for money, anything for clout, anything to make me feel good because it's convenient. I'm not with that. Like, we live in the most luxurious country probably in existence. There's other ways, bro. There's other ways. So I'm just not rocking with it, and I will cut you off. And I felt like if men had more standards, if more men had standards, and we were willing to just like, we can't rock with this, not just the women, dudes too. If you on that, like, whatever wave that we feel like is just disrespectful, disloyal, unworthy, unbecoming, whatever, and we just not rocking with you, cutting you off, where else would they go? Like, they have to, because those are generally the men that help lead to better societies anyway. So I feel like, I don't know, we just need to have everyone I studied, from the Malcolm X's to the Stephen Bikos to the Nat Turners, to everybody, like, I studied, it had scruples, it had dignity, like, and they weren't bound down for nothing. They were willing to take the 50-year jail sentence just because they knew it would mean more for the future of everybody else. And it's just, we are surrounded by so much selfishness, and so yeah, I ain't with it. So yeah, that had to happen, and yeah, that had to happen, and I just feel like men need to have more standards. That's generally what I want to say. That's why I was in the comment section.
Yeah, nah, we appreciate you for calling in, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So we gonna get to some other people, but yo, sure. Again, I know you don't do this often, but we appreciate you for calling in. So
I'm not for sure. I keep doing your thing, man. Wish y'all much love and success, man, for sure.
Appreciate it. Yo, you in this little baby pose, nigga. Stop doing that.
Around with my strap now. But you know what I'm saying? He was right though, man. Niggas gotta have some standards, man.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. But that's what the standards is. That's what happened. Men are starting to have more standards, and now there's pushback against the standards because we didn't have standards. That's why I always say, "Oh, now y'all motherfuckers want to have standards. Y'all didn't have standards before." Like, you know what I mean? So,
hold on. Vice City Music said a woman being able to make another you did nothing to acquire that skill except be born with a woman. At least that woman's dad had to have a skill to convince her mom to give up the box. I mean,
yeah, you're not even like that. That to me is so that's so weak though, because it's like, again, that's any woman in existence that's able obviously to produce a child, but she's not differentiating herself from any other woman in existence.
Exactly.
And like you're just like, oh, well, I got a pussy.
And let's not mention she won't be able to make that other motherfucking me without me nothing in her. So
facts.
Yeah, that is true, man. Yo, Sharpe, man, what's goody, man? It's been a minute.
Yeah, what's good with y'all, man? It's been a minute, man. Yeah.
What's good, bro?
We chilling, man. What's your thoughts on the whole Steve Harvey situation?
Hey, man, that nigga funny, bro. I'm gonna be real with y'all. That nigga funny as hell. Just for the main fact that, yo, bro, your daughter out here wilding, bro. Like, you can't even control your own daughter, but you want men to step up to lead a bunch of women that don't want to be led in the first place. They strong, independent, don't need no man. I could do all this by myself. I'm a queen. I could do whatever. Take me as I am. My past shouldn't matter. This, that, and the third. But if I ask what you bring to the table now, I'm sassy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
That is a fact, man. Again, that goes back to just men having this basic standards. Now we're getting met with all types of shaming tactics and sassiness and all this other, you know, it's absurd to me. I ain't gonna.
Like, it's at the point to where like you can't even defend yourself against a woman without her having some type of weird shaming tactic. What Kevin Samuels called it? Sign language. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right.
Yeah. And the crazy part is, I don't think no man has ever been on a date and say, you know what do you bring to the? I don't think no man has ever said that. I think that's just a question in general that men have because we understand that most women don't offer any significant value to a long-term sustainable relationship. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're saying, well, I got pussy, like, come on, that's not cutting in that nowadays. You get what I'm saying?
It's not even a, let's say hypothetically a man does ask that, right? It's not a tough question. This shit ain't like you doing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You need to phone
right.
Like, you don't need no help with this question. You can literally say, well, you know, I believe I'm a good person for you. I think I'll be able to cook. I think I'll be there for you emotionally. I think I'll rub your back. It's so much. You could answer it back with a joke. I'm funny. I'm charismatic. I'm romantic. What's so hard? What's so hard about this question that it stuns women? It's like a stinging women from answering, like preventing them because they don't want to be held to what they're saying. They don't want to say something so you can hold them to that shit. They don't want to say, oh, I'm a good. Why wouldn't you want to say you're a good woman? Why wouldn't you? Because if a woman asks me that, I don't think I'm intimidated to tell her or insecure or whatever they want to use, sassy to, answer that shit. I'll tell her how much of a good man.
I would never fix my lips like, how dare you ask that? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, for like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe this bitch asked me what I bring to the table. Like, I'm paying for this table right now. Like, I wouldn't never shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, you paying your own shit tonight.
Yeah, yup.
Yo, man, man, it's just craziness, man. Like, yo, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say real quick before we move on to the next person?
But no, yeah, y'all really hit the nail on the head with that. But I do got one question for y'all. In this Umar interview, basically y'all really can't say too much, but how was it for real? Was it dope? Because what I've seen from Umar, he like this black African troll, bro. I'm gonna be real, like that's what I see from him most definitely, bro. Yeah.
I bet now it was a very good interview. You know,
This might have been our best interview.
He had a lot of gems in there, a lot of wisdom in there. There was some pushback towards the end on, you know, a stance that he had that maybe myself or Jew might have looked at the wrong way. But you know, nonetheless, there was some pushback. You know what I mean? So,
a lot of people get asking what's the solutions. He give you a lot of solutions.
He has some solutions in there, man. You know what I mean? So
very direct.
He talked about the snow bunnies. You know what I mean? Don't get that twisted. You know you're gonna talk about the snow bunnies. Like, but yeah, man. Make sure you join that membership, man, so y'all can see that early.
I see somebody asking in the chat, where's the school? That's in there too, man. So
we asked them about the school, you know what I mean? So I know a lot of people.
We're gonna get the invite to the school too. We're gonna be pulling up. So we're gonna have to, you know.
Jude, man, what's up with you, bro? You say too much.
Oh, my fault.
Wait, he got a school for real?
No, you gotta tune in, man.
You right. My fault. You right. My fault.
Yeah, I'm not good at this, guys.
This guy, man.
Yo, go on my live. I'm gonna tell y'all everything y'all need to know.
Facts.
Yo, man, but I seen somebody said 19 keys. We working on that too, man. We working on trying to get some you know, more positive people in the sphere of, you know, obviously the black community, and you know, try to be more diverse. You know, obviously we still want to have these conversations about dating and relationships, but we also want to expand a little, you know, show our diversity and stuff like that. So, yo, Rashad, man, we appreciate you, man.
Rashad,
that's fact, bro. Hey, happy G Day, Jew.
Appreciate it, man. Definitely, man.
That's cool. My boy, remember, like, you know what I mean?
Shout out to the real ones. Real ones, no, man. The fake ones, fuck you.
You lucky Eli getting better with this and the chat shit, nigga. Like, you'd have been out of here before you got a chance to say that. No,
I was about to get him out of here. I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
we got a super chat from King Adams. He said, y'all tripping. Get these superior queens that she quality and be happy about it now.
She quality, okay.
Quality,
I ain't never heard that one, man. I like that.
No, when I hear she quality, when you got to put the pronoun in front of it, it just make me.
I mean, that is true. We do
live nervous when I see that.
Live in a different society, man. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I want to jump the gun, but you know,
man, I don't know what's going on.
Thank you, Amber.
Let me see who else we got. Again, man, if y'all just tuning in, make sure y'all hit that like button. It takes half a second to just hit that like button, man. Like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification bell and join the membership, man. We got that Umar interview coming up. It's pretty soon, man. I'll tell y'all that, man. So make sure y'all join the membership. Y'all gonna get that exclusive early.
A lot of this too, like, I want the people to know, like, we not just, you know, doing this for fun. Like, I believe we're doing this because we want a cultural change. You get what I'm saying? I think we want to be impactful. We want to be remembered as, you know, three guys that started from nowhere, that spoke about things that men wanted to talk about, that's going bigger, where we can have, you know, men and women respecting each other, building relationships, you know, such as, you know, with Kevin Samuels, O'Shea, a lot of other people that, you know, sit here and do that. Like, there's women on multiple platforms that's, you know, doing healing situations as well. So, I mean, I respect my bros, man. We really out here trying to make a difference, for real.
That was well said, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
Yo, big
shout out to Niji, man. You definitely got what to do. You know,
Hey, I live for the Jew bars, man. His ass be killing the bars, bro.
Yo, thank you.
I mean, wondering, Jew, what is Jew short for? Because I was thinking of Jumanji or something. Because you be wilding. When you be
I'm gonna have to use that one because I can't say on the camera what is really.
Jumanji, like that's about to be the next bar, like, you know, the next intro. Like,
yeah, I'm definitely gonna play off that. You heard?
No, man, but fellas, the situation with Steve Harvey, man, it's pandering at its highest. It's he that old head that tell you that women can't do nothing wrong. I literally had that same conversation with my soon-to-be wife. We was talking about like just accountability would come with black women, right? We get as black men, we get held to the fire of everything we do wrong. We get held to the fire to it, right? It's our fault that single parent household, even though women have controlled the narrative. I mean, have controlled whether it's being in the household, whether we've had children or had sex or not. Women controlled that for years. Like we don't control sex of birth. Y'all control sex of birth. We only can control marriage. And you're right. We're not getting married because a lot of women aren't acting right. You know what I'm saying? Like if my woman wasn't who she was, I wouldn't have been getting married right now. And I think a lot of women don't hold themselves accountable. They've been taught that this Disney fairy tale. I got a daughter who's 15, bro. I tell her every day, you ain't no Disney princess. You're going to be a woman. You're going to be someone's wife one day, and I need you to act accordingly. I can't have you out here acting like a bonehead. You know, and I think a lot of men have fucked their daughters up because they make them think that they're supposed to be like I be seeing all these like gold digger pranks, and I be thinking at first I thought someone was fake. But some of them, you hear women say it's the man's job to take care of him. Baby girl, that's your daddy's job. I'm not here to take care of you. I'm here to add on to whatever you have, and we build something. But I'm not here to take care of you solely. It's our job to take care of one another, and we're getting far from that. Yeah. And I do appreciate platforms like yours and Kevin Samuels, rest his soul. He was talking about bringing us together, not talking about just saying, oh, hey, this is a problem, et cetera, et cetera. We're talking about solutions, and I'm a solutions oriented based person. I want to find a solution to whatever the problem is. I feel like a lot of people, that's why I don't do the red pill manosphere thing. I'm not really into that because I'm like, all right, yeah, we complain about certain problems, but are we trying to find a solution? And I think a lot of them, like the fresh and fit corny ass niggas, them type of niggas just want to get their get back because they was ugly back in the day and they couldn't get any women. I think they cornballs. I don't even want to get into too much. I think they cornball niggas, but I do appreciate platforms like you guys. We're talking about solutions. We're talking about the problem, but we're talking about solutions. All right, how can we come together? Bump all of that bumping heads. How can we come together?
Yeah, that's important, man. Yo, we just had a show. It's real funny, real quick, right? We had a show, and one of the guests that pulled up was she had it out for me, to say the least. So you get what I'm saying? She came on there. She wanted to smoke with me because obviously the clips and stuff like
that. Is that why Eli girl? She was intense, man.
This is new one.
She would have got body slammed. She was yelling at me like that.
This is a different woman, and but shout out to her though. But yeah, she came in with smoke. She had notes. It's funniest thing. She had notes, everything, man. And she viewed me a certain way. She thought I just had a despise for black women. And that is, as far from the truth as possible. Like, I love black women. I say this on the live stream, on the show all the time. I love black women. I'm going to marry a black woman. But that don't mean I can't hold black women accountable. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes when they see me say certain things and I say it in my tone, they automatically, oh, he must hate black women. And I'm like, nah, that's not true. But once we kicked in, we chilled. After, like, she was like, yo, my whole perspective about you changed. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so, it's important to have these tough conversations. They're going to be tough. Like, sometimes I hear black women say some things about black men and it's tough. You know what I mean? But once I'm able to dissect what they said, I'm like, you know what? I can understand where she's coming from. We do need to do better.
Because you're listening with an objective ear.
Exactly.
You're trying to figure out what the problem is and like, all right, cool. How can we come to a solution? Like they say, accountability to somebody feels like it feels like an attack. If they don't want to be held accountable, if you don't want to be held accountable, of course it's gonna feel like an attack. Most people don't listen with the intent to understand; they listen with the intent to reply, and that's what we're going wrong within our community.
True.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact.
But I appreciate y'all letting me on, man. I was gonna roast your Hitler stash today, but I was like, I got.
I was waiting for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga so dark right now, I can only see your teeth. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, you lucky I'm at work. You lucky I'm at work, bro. You lucky I'm at work.
Yo, Mark, man, we appreciate you. Yo, man, shout out to
that was a good one. Mark did bring up a good point though.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
He mentioned like marriage, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of men are scared to get married. Shit, Steve, I seen somebody in the chat said that he's not even really married to the Marjorie. So I'm not sure if that's true or not, but if I was him, I'd be scared to marry somebody. He got 3 other marriages.
He did learn. And he's been married 3. It's a third marriage, right?
Yeah. If they're truly married. I don't know.
Aunt Victoria said, women that get offended when being asked what they bring to the table know they don't offer anything to a man because it eliminates them from being selected as a suitable mate who can actually bring value to a relationship. That's very true. That's very true. Shout out to Wiser 30. I mean, for the super chat, appreciate you. Oh, Andrea, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out all the way from Cali, Colombia. Excellent topic. We appreciate you always tuning in, man.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Arnold's mind, like, yo, that nigga frozen? Like, y'all can see him?
Yeah, he got like he frozen. Oh, Amber J in the super chat. Okay, shout out Amber J. Know you balling. I mean, I am so proud and thankful for y'all. Y'all are amazing young man. Happy birthday, Jew. Appreciate you, Amber.
Thank you, sis. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah, he was
frozen. We love Amber. I mean,
what's poppin', yo?
Yo, what's goody, man? What's goody, man? What's your thoughts on this whole Steve Harvey situation?
Steve ain't really talking to like the streets, bro. Steve just be talking because he know like he could just stay on tour with the chicks and just be talking. And like on the streets, bro, like the chicks don't really be knowing the count. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they be talking, bro, but they don't really know what's regular money. They just be talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? You think because somebody got a Benz, they could buy a bag, they really popping like that. But you know, like if you out here grinding, you know what the real count is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because if you got 100 racks, if you making 100 racks and you spending all of that, you know, on your rent and on your car note, do you really got money? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Having money and know how to budget the money is two different things. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. You gotta like you can have money, but don't be buying no dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what you made me think of? Yeah, you guys ever seen the Wayne Brady skit on the Dave Chappelle shit? Like he was just like a totally opposite person. He was pimping hoes out there, but to the world, he's like a panderer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people, do you guys think Steve, once he like left that room or once the camera was on, he was like, yo, man, Shannon, fuck these bitches. I'm about to go fuck these hoes right now. Like, do y'all think that's what Steve really doing, like in the cut?
Oh, hey, don't forget he was fake, bro. He wore a wig for like 15 years. Don't trust him.
This shit was immaculate.
He did.
This shit was immaculate.
It was like his afro was too perfect, bro, because it wasn't real.
Even
I ain't gonna front. He probably fronting, yo. He probably doing the Wayne Brady. He probably pulling up on the hoes like, yo, this 100 by itself.
Yo, you remember them skits? Matter of fact, when we did a skit like that, we was pandering, and then at the end, when the cameras was fake turned off, he was like, "Yeah, we about to get all these likes." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how that shit goes. About to have to bring that back, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, bro. Because he not really even in the book, bro. He wasn't really telling chicks what's really going on. Like the thing that'll help him, it's like, hey, change your lifestyle up. Find a dude that you can really build with that got a good character, you know what I'm saying? And live a lifestyle that's livable, right? Not like, oh, I'm trying to get this and this and that, and I want to be here, I want to be there. I need to be able to be popping on Instagram. But like, if you find a dude that can really do it, because like you be showing the numbers say dudes is making the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dudes out here clocking in, bro, making their money. But the chicks out here got an expectation for a lifestyle that who could really make that money? Who really making that money?
And like I said, I just showed this is what's so mind-boggling to me. I just showed the average earning amongst different ethnic groups of men. Obviously, Hispanic men earn less than black men on average, but they don't have any problem getting submission and femininity, the cooking and cleaning from their women. That's not an issue, even though they earn less and compared to the black man. But the black man, we got to get, we got to kiss their ass and do all this unnecessary. We're not even getting all of this in exchange from our women, and we make more than Hispanic men. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, what is the difference there? Like, you get what I'm saying? So
they ain't even getting no question. Them niggas not even going home helping. I know a few Spanish people they ain't helping. Poppy ain't helping. Poppy drinking the beer.
And you know it'll be off because the chicks can't even name the jobs that make the money they be talking about. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
They like, you know what I'm saying? They think they know what the signals are. You know what I'm saying? Like, the trucks and stuff like that. But they don't have no clue, bro.
That's like Shorty that was on Kevin Samuels, and he was like, "What does that man do for a living?" She said, "He a skyscraper."
Oh, skyscraper. Yo, man, that's a fact.
Yo, that was wow. She said he a skyscraper, y'all.
That was funny.
He said what?
Sitting in the bucket with the squeegee.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? That she's
that's like every time we ask about 9 to 5, man, they automatically assume like McDonald's. And Burger King and shit. Man. And then you see like doctors and lawyers, they're like, oh yeah, I would take one of those. I'll take one of those.
The chicks Monday, they was like, oh yeah, a scam or a drug dealer, that's respectable. That's 9 to 5. He clocking in. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Justifying that bullshit, man. I'm just like, man,
It's responsible, bro. That blew my.
What he a scammer?
The justification, man, is just outrageous.
She said he out there stealing from the white people. Like black people ain't out here getting scammed too, bro. This shit is crazy, bro.
I just got the other day. My bank account called me talking about, was this me? Like, no, that was not me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
scam likely pop up on everybody's phone.
That's a fact. Like, you know what I'm saying? That is a fact. Like, you know what I mean? Yo, man. But you got anything else to say before we move on, man?
Nah, don't listen to Steve Harvey no matter what he talking about. Don't take no suit advice, no hair advice, no daughter advice, no wife advice from him, bro.
He said no suit advice. He said, damn, I thought this I could count on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
don't even trust his answers on Family Feud.
Oh man. Like, I want to see, has Steve Harvey ever been on his own show? Like, has he ever participated on his own show? Like, have Steve Harvey ever been on Family Feud? Like, have him and his family, like, you know, he was on the show?
Nah,
what family?
I want to see if he gonna have these answers. He be looking, motherfuckers do be having some dumb answers. I ain't gonna hold you, like, you know what I'm saying. Yo, Autos, man, we appreciate you for calling in, man.
Appreciate y'all, bro.
Yeah, you funny as hell, man.
I do the little baby pose for everybody, girl.
Hey, get your own shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying.
You sassy today, man.
They ain't nigga, little baby do that, nigga. He ain't sassy.
Yeah, you ain't got little baby money, so they gonna call you sassy, like. Yo, man, listen. I want to get to the Ebony K. Williams situation, but I got some more people in the back. Let me get to them real quick, and then we're gonna move over and transition to that video, and then give our analysis about that. So,
what's happening? It's Loso, baby.
It was good.
Yo, bear with me for a second. My first time ever getting on live, none of that stuff, man. But I rock with y'all, man, for real. I rock with y'all heavy.
I appreciate that.
Man, my take is we gotta stop letting women tell us who we are, man. Like we've been doing it for a minute now. You know what I'm saying? First of all, we're men. Point blank period. That's value within itself. If you're not here stealing, robbing, and you honest dude, go to work, that's good enough, right? In regards to provision, every guy could provide for a woman, even if you make $50,000. Now, whether you're gonna give her a mansion or you got a cool little apartment somewhere,
depends on the lifestyle. Yeah, the lifestyle.
Exactly. So if you provide for a woman and she love you, the reason why I say that is, I think one of you guys touched it a second ago. I just came home from work. Every time I come home from work, I go up in my apartment and I smell food. I'm in LA. All these dudes, man, I got probably one of the nicest cars in the building or whatever. I'm a ER tech at UCLA, all types of stuff, right? Every morning when I leave work, my neighbor has his bicycle. He goes to work in a bicycle. His wife helps him push a bike out the apartment, blesses him, give him a little kiss. Kids say, bye, daddy. On they go. The respect that Latin man gets for doing what basically is providing for that woman, as far as black men, don't bike? What year's your car?
That's a fact.
Man, we don't get that. And I'm telling you, the food be smelling good as fuck. I be looking a little hate. I be hating a little bit, like, man, I should just run up on you, try to see you. You know what I'm saying? But he a good dude, and I respect that though. I respect him. The man is honest, and he get all the love that most of the guys I hear we talking about. Oh man, women don't do this, women do that, right? What I would say, I feel that We need to exercise a little more discipline. You know what I mean? Women are getting everything easy, right? Because we're so, I want the bad one. I want her. And we're competing with super simps. That's what I'll call them, right? You talk about celebrities and artists and all these other people, movie stars or whatever. Yeah. They're picking the Instagram models with DMing and stuff, flying them out or whatever. And on the back end, they charge you $1,000 to go see their concerts. You know what I'm saying? The girls get everything for free. When you want to go see them in concert, you got to pay for that girl and yourself to go check them out. But they're flying the girl out, taking them here, taking them there. And now the girl expects the same from you, an average dude. Which, by the way, being average is not bad. I'm not sure how we got to being the average person. It's a bad thing. You know, most of us are average, and it's okay. Living a happy, good life is fine. I think I listened to a thing with Jordan Peterson. He said anything after $300,000 really doesn't change the quality of life. If anything, it could bring more stress. You know what I'm saying? So all this excess and stuff, a lot of these women are living on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? They get right through the hot guy they wanted, uses them up for a little bit. They come back to the world, realize most dudes ain't that guy. That don't mean they're bad guys. They just not gonna give you that uber luxury that 1 to 5% of the guys could ever do. But they don't care about respect, all that kindness and all that. Man, we gotta make them work for what they want, because they will work hard to go see the rapper, to go see whoever, to do everything, right? Yeah. I think my own mom said that to me once. Women don't appreciate what they don't work for. Women really don't. If you see the girls that go crazy on the guys that break their windows and stuff, it's a girl that she was chasing the guy forever, and now she wants him for himself. He's not quite, holding still. And she's going over to the guy, says, "Oh, I'm cool on you." Now she loses her mind. Why? Because she worked so hard and nothing came out of her. Now she's afraid what the other girl's going to do and all this type of stuff. And as far as Steve, man, Steve is he makes it hard. He's one of the super simps I be talking about. He makes it real hard for the average man, because his story goes something like, he met a girl when he 80 something. He said he wasn't prepared. This is what I'm saying. You got to be a man about this. Oh, I wasn't ready. What do you mean you weren't ready? You didn't have a house to stay. You didn't have transportation. What was going on in your life, right? Then you think this girl really likes you. After, if you look at what I call their credit score, the previous dudes were fucking scumbags. Drug peddlers, polluting the community. And you think you her pedigree, my nigga? Like, you her pedigree. That's what you think she likes. Bro, you're not it either. You just got the cash. And she know her time is up. Any respectable dude, you're not gonna see none of these white actors and Matthew McConaughey, all them cool dudes, George Clooney's. They ain't gonna deal with no girl like that. You with drug dealers? Nah, man, I don't want none with, And he took it on, and he telling everybody, "Oh man, do this for your wife. She ain't gotta bring nothing to the table." I don't care about the girl bringing something to the table. She gotta be of value to me. Everybody got what they need. Like, everybody got different needs. So her bringing something to the table.
I do believe men back then used to champion themselves when they can take another man's woman. That was like a big thing back in the days. It was a big flex when you could take another man's woman and walk around with her. I mean, I've seen it in the, Tupac, that's why I took your bitch.
Right.
Biggie talking about he's fucking on some nigga's wife from the Knicks. You know what I mean? It was a big thing to shine that. So, even if and Steve had, no matter if Marjorie had 3 children by, other dudes, it was still a flex to him somehow.
Unfortunately, it kind of still is like that. A lot of dudes take pride on that.
Yeah,
there's many guys in the grave over that. There's many dudes laying down.
Trey Songz's name is Mr. Still Your Girl. Like, what I'm saying? Like,
there you go.
Like,
and that's where I say where now we gotta define men. I don't think those people are men. Look, I don't care. Let's say me and you see the girl at the same time, right? And you like her, I like her. If she gives you play, I'm done. I don't look at her. If you just texting her or whatever, I'm done. I don't want nothing about her. Hey, that's you, homie. I'm championing for you. Dudes don't do that. They get competing. I want that girl. I want the girl. And that's what I'm saying. We've got to exercise a level of discipline that it's okay to lose some. It's okay.
That's
and
true.
you have to try to get the girls that like you. You know what I'm saying? Don't get the girls that you obsess over. Make sure she likes you too. Make sure she respects you.
Yeah.
If you're not getting no respect from these bras, man,
You getting something back outside of besides pussy.
Exactly.
Little baby Janice be fucking her tomorrow.
Fucking this guy, bro. Like,
yeah,
I mean, that is true, man. Like, it's just like I said, it's about the lifestyle, and then like I think every man does want to provide. And Alosa, we appreciate you calling, and we gotta get to this last person. Bro.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for calling in.
I think every man would provide for a woman if obviously they had the resources to do it. Which is why you see the passport bros going overseas, and they are providing that lifestyle for that woman because they are getting in exchange for providing that lifestyle. They're getting something in return, and obviously, the cost of living is significantly lower. You know what I mean? Realistically, in the States, again, I always say in New York, they say if you make $100K, that's equivalent to making like $36,000. That ain't nothing. Yeah, you can provide for a woman, but what kind of lifestyle does that woman want to live at the end of the day? Like, does she want to be flown out all the time, like how they always talk about? Do they want the Louis bags? You know what I mean? Like, so, it depends on the lifestyle that woman wants to live. Because a man can support a woman, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Yo, what's goody? What's goody, man? How you doing?
Doing great, gentlemen. Doing great. Great topic tonight. When the one gentleman talked about in regards to the Steve Harvey situation, when the young gentleman talked about he got his nice car and he works hard, and he sees this, he smells the good food coming from his neighbors, and his wife is the guy's wife supported even though he's riding a bike. I see that all the time here in South America. It is amazing how women see the value of the effort of manhood.
It's honorable.
My wife will tell you all the time, she never wants to be with a man that does not walk in with pride in his masculinity, because it allows her to be proud of her femininity. She doesn't have to substitute it. She don't want to trade it off. She don't want to, men and women got a form, and she don't want to hear none of that. She's like, I am all woman. It is your job to be 100% man. And when it comes to the topic of what do you bring to the table, she'll sit up at the front of the table with pride and say, I bring balance to the relationship. I bring cooperation to the relationship. We just talked about this not even 10 minutes ago in regards to you guys in this subject. And she said, I bring cooperation. I bring support. I bring submissiveness. I bring especially her business skills, man. I told somebody about a year ago on one of our streams, I said, since I've been here in Colombia, the last 6 years, my wife has probably saved me in having to pay other people to do certain things because my wife is a corporate accountant here. She's probably saved me at least $27,000 to $30,000 in having to pay other people to do certain things, get my visa work taken care of, the contracts for this apartment, the contracts for the property that we own in other locations. All those things were negotiated by her, to where at that point, a lot of guys that come to Colombia now hit us up. Hey, could you have Andrea do this for me? Or I'll pay her to do that. Or could you, I got a meeting. Could your wife be the translator for me? Because I want to make sure I get everything. She saved me and all the things that she brings to the table. At the same time, I get a hot meal every single meals, plural, every single day. My wife says that I bring balance, meaning that I have the ability to be a full-time career woman and also be a full-time married family woman. And if a woman can't balance that, then that's on her. She has to work on that. And that's what my wife says that she brings to the table. First of all, that cooperation, that submissiveness. She's 100% with Kevin Summers when he said soup, sandwich, support, and silence is what all men need. And she says this is globally. She says it's not just a US thing, it's not a Latin thing. All men need sex, all men need a hot meal, all men need support and respect, and all men need sometimes just to have some space. They need us to just be quiet and give them space to create. She says that and this is all what she says just a few moments ago in regards to being what she brings to the table. She said, "It's my job to manage the family and the unit as you lead us in the direction that we're supposed to go." She says, so your job is to be the leader. My job is to manage everything that's set up. And she does an excellent job. So when that brother said that you can do it on a bike and have that type of support in many Latin families and Middle Eastern families, or you can do it in a nice vehicle, he's 100% correct in regards to that. The question that I have for you is two questions for you, gentlemen. First of all, when are you guys going to get your passport? Let's get this out of the way. Ain't nobody asked. I'm asking right now.
Well, first of all, we already got our passports. So you know what I'm saying?
That's all I need to hear. That's what I need to hear. Second question.
We got to try. We got to travel.
You need to know what's the destination. That's
First destination. Come on down to Colombia, man. The salsa capital. These women are built for relationships. It's not like Medellin, Colombia, because a lot of us break our teeth on Medellin and party time, which is cool. But Cali, Colombia, man, is 70% sisters. So you get your Afro-Colombian experience on, and it's actually the second largest Black city in all of South America outside of Sao Paulo, Brazil. So you got a lot of sisters down here. So when the brother Eli said, "I want to marry a sister," all my mind was thinking like, what country? I wasn't even considering, because when you become a traveler, you start to come to the reality that you have global options of sisterhoods now. And you don't have to just say statistically, because over 72% of all Americans will live and pass on within a 50-mile radius of the hospital in which they were born in. You got a passport. And you don't have to live or pass on within that 72%. And the person that did that survey, just in case you want to look it up, Eli, anytime or any day, is U-Haul. U-Haul, the delivery service. They said 72% of all Americans will die or pass on within a 50-mile radius of whatever hospital in which you were born in. And that's sad. That means that if you were born in Philly, you'll pass on in Philly. If you were born in Detroit like I was, or some people in Tampa, or whatever it is, New York, you have a 72% chance of passing on in that area and not taking advantage of this global opportunity of all these beautiful women that they love us. They call us Black men beautiful. When was the last time you had women in the United States tell you, men, that you are beautiful? They appreciate you. They respect you, man.
What about the femininity? Is the femininity conditional, or they just come with the femininity?
No, it's part of it. Their mama taught them. Their grandmama taught it. I remember I was doing a FaceTime with my wife when we first started dating, and her grandmother was like, "What are you doing?" She was like, "I'm about to talk to Andre." She said, and we were, I've been traveling back and forth, so for a while. And so her grandma was like, "Not without your face and your hair being done." She said, "I suggest, Andre, she's going to call you back. I suggest," so I don't even have to say anything about femininity. Mom, grandma, aunties, her friends, she checks her friends. Her friends be like, "Girl, I got no." She said, "Do not be arguing with that man about something petty. Do not be a drama queen." So my wife is on top of them because they're always asking her for wifely advice to be a better woman themselves. So you don't even have to have the men saying nothing. We can sit back with our cervezas with a beer.
Question:
Go ahead.
Since you do have the situation where you could talk from out of there, I want to know if you think it's a generational thing, if it's an American thing, or if it's a race thing, because they always say, well, there's some truth into it. Black women are not taught to be wives, where there are other groups of women who are raised to be wives. Black women are raised independent.
That's a good question, because I'm finding that, and I have to admit this, over the last year, man, from just talking to brothers that live here, just the Afro-Colombian brothers, they going through it too. See, the cinema of many countries is not large. So when I go to the movies here, 98% of the movies are from the States. So they watching the girlfriend movies, the Waiting to Exhale movies. They're watching sisters on reality shows. They're watching the Kardashians. They don't have their own bit of cinema like coming from the States. So these sisters are being bombarded with this independent woman thing in South America. And unfortunately, they're being halted by women. I mean, halted by the dudes that are coming down here saying, sisters, y'all don't want to be like the sisters in the States. Slow that down. So they're slowing down. But I kid you not, there are a lot of, in other words, from all the countries that I've been to, North America, South America, Central America, and some parts of Europe, bruh, when it came to the sisters, no offense, sisters, and I love you, sisters are sisters. It's going to be that era of attitude. Number one thing in Spanish is that attitude, is that mouthpiece. It doesn't even matter if it's in this, and that's the crazy part. You would think it would be, okay, I'm in South America, these women are they're Latin, they're more traditional, and yes, they are. You're gonna get that hot meal with the mouthpiece. You're gonna get that intimacy, but she's gonna be going through your cell phone every time you turn around. And so
that's not like a compromise, because we get the mouthpiece and none of that other shit.
And that's what I was about to say. Because what it is down here, and I'll tell you what it is. It's not that they're coming at us as men. They know the competition is deep. The one thing about South America, you got Venezuelans, you got Brazilians, you've got those that are coming from Ecuador. You got beautiful sisters that are coming up from Argentina. You got women that are coming up from like I mentioned in the other last stream, coming from Guyana, where Chile and Rihanna's mom is from. So you've seen these gorgeous sisters everywhere. So do the women. See, women in the United States talk crazy because for the most part, they don't think they have any competition. Well, you know what, 70% of all sisters in the United States are obese, and I'm not. So I have no competition. That's how they feel. I can talk crazy to you because I have no competition. If you want somebody that's sexy like me, because the other 70% don't look like me, you're going to have to pay for it. Drop, and I see the women that y'all have on the platform. Beautiful women, really nice young ladies. Drop them in Colombia. You never see them again. They couldn't blend into this beauty. I've seen some of the hottest women that y'all have down there, and they be like on y'all lives, on y'all show, and they be like, I'm listening. I say, if they dropped Megan Gooden in Colombia, you never see again. She ain't that hot here. She is not that hot here. There are so many ultra hot, and I'm talking about down here where these sisters got natural afros, natural curly hair going there in their back, longer than the Kardashians, no weave in sight. I'm talking about chocolate sisters to the sisters that are caramel. And so there's so much competition that the sister, when she finally get a good dude like you guys, they trying to hold on to you because they like, listen, I know as soon as he walk out that door, it's 15 more that got a curves like me, got a complexion like me, and they cater to you knowing that, listen, I need to make sure that my man is happy because I'm not like the women in the States that act like I'm the only one that can satisfy a man. Women in South America know I'm not the only beautiful one. I'm not the only one that can cook. I'm not the only one that can be submissive. I'm not the only one that can be cooperative. So I've got to go the extra mile. Women in the States.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You just sold the shit out of that shit.
You pitching this
shit.
Yo,
you pitched the shit out of that shit.
What city you said that was again?
Book my flight.
I'm in Cali, Colombia, man. Cali, Colombia is the capital of salsa
motherfucking
music.
flight.
You went from Steve Harvey to passport representative, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
man. Because I sit back and Steve is 66 years old. We got to realize this. We're talking about a dude that's not going to change his ways because it's making so much money for him. Yeah. He's like an old pastor. That pastor has built a church to 20,000 people. You think he's about to change his message? And he's seeing 80% of the proceeds that's coming in are coming in from the women that's buying his books, that's buying his cassettes or whatever it is. Like, I'm talking about old school pastors. And they never been the church. They never been built with the,
once he had women accountable next week, they didn't even show up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
TD Jakes back in the day used to have the man empowerment thing. To this day, he still got woman thou art loose. Let the man empowerment thing go almost 15, 20 years ago. Forget about men. They ain't bringing in no money. Let me keep this woman thou art loose going. And he's still doing those same those same functions every year and making millions every year off the back of telling lies to women. And really, in all sincerity, gentlemen, I can't be mad at these dudes. If these ladies are still falling for this lie, who am I to sit back and trip on these dudes on the hustle? Because we all know that Steve and a lot of these pastors, it's a hustle. So if women want scammers, go to church, because them dudes scamming and having babies behind their back. The last question I got for you guys is, you guys are younger than I am. I'm 55. And do you guys think in your lifetime things are going to get better? Based on, and be sincere, I'm not hearing, I hope it gets better. We all hope it gets better. But as far as your dating pool, like I always say, there's plenty of fish, but the water is murky. And so do you guys actually believe that in your lifetimes it's going to get better? And if it's not, why shouldn't you take advantage of global opportunities?
When you say better, you mean the dynamic between black men and black women, or what do you?
That dating dynamic. Because even if the friendship dynamic and business dynamic get better, will the dating dynamic for you guys having quality women to choose from and women having quality men, do you really think that that's going to happen? Your task, Kevin's task, Obsidian and O'Shea's task to bring us together. Do you guys actually think that's going to happen in your lifetimes? And I'm saying it to younger guys. I don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime. So that's why I got my passport and left.
Not going to happen in our lifetime. You talk about years of psychological trauma and conditioning. Like, it's not going to happen within a lifetime. But hopefully, I think what we trying to do is plant the seeds into the next generation, and hopefully, I don't even think with the next generation is going to happen. Like, it's going to take a couple of decades to get this. You know what I mean?
The next generation, they worse than this generation. So I think it's like I said, with the kids that's coming up now, we got to start with the kids, because that's when they in their learning phase, and you can actually groom and teach them. So I think the generation of children will probably be the ones to change and make it better. I don't think it'll be.
I have conversations with men that's younger than us, like 20, 21, and they're saying that the women in their age bracket are expecting them to make 100K and X, Y. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And like, you know what I mean? So listen, man, it's not gonna happen, but
I definitely don't think it's gonna happen, and it's sad that we all got the same fucking answer. I truly don't think it'll change until women understand that men have to be the leader in a relationship for it to be successful. I know it might sound crazy, but ladies, if you make more than that man, he still has to be the leader in that relationship. Now, there's going to be things in your relationship where you can lead at, but that man should still lead the relationship. If you're comfortable with committing with him, you should also trust his word and judgment. Now, not saying you don't have a mouth before women get their panties twisted up, but that man should lead that relationship into a successful direction.
Thanks.
Well, anytime you guys are ready to come down to Cali, come on down. I promise you this.
Flight. I'm on my way.
You're gonna be just like the rest of the brothers going back on the flight.
When we come out there, man, you gonna have to find some young ladies for us to have
I got you, bro. I'm telling you.
Y'all, I'm coming with my wife.
And I only deal with quality people anyway, so I won't take you to the hoods, because I don't deal with hood. I take you to quality places where you meet quality women, really good spirits. One thing about Cali, Colombia is very artsy, kind of like New York, feeling very creative. So you have a lot of writers down here, a lot of actors. It is considered the black music. Almost like Atlanta used to be back in the 2000s and in the 90s, when it was Usher and TLC, and that's what Cali is going through right now as far as all of South America with the Afro-Colombian music. They got people here in Cali winning Grammys and things like that. So it's really a very eclectic, growing atmosphere here in Colombia. In the business side, man, it's just growing as far as opportunities for individuals such as yourselves, like you saying, cost of living.
Yeah,
you can spoil a woman and treat her with that masculine flair when you appreciate it, and you're making. When I make the amount of money that I make Colombian senator money. So when I get off the plane, I'm in the top 10%. I'm not dating the bottom 10%. If I'm literally getting off the plane, and you're making $35,000 a year as a U.S. citizen. In most countries, you rank in the top 10 money makers, whether you're in Portugal or whether you're in Colombia or Ecuador. And since you're getting off the plane, only making 35,000 in the top 10%, now you can not only just have a quality woman, an attractive woman, a supportive woman, but now because of cost of living, now you could do like I do and other people do. You can buy property, you can make investments, you can invest in oil, you can invest in coffee, you can do a lot of guys coming down here and they're just buying coffee and they're sending it back to the United States and they're opening up coffee shops now. So there's a lot of us brothers. It's a side of Passport Bros that's never talked about, and that's the business side and the cost of living side. Like I said, I think I mentioned this to you guys before I let you go. Our apartment that we've been in is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, vaulted ceilings. The building is only like 6 years old. We got $1 million view on the terrace. We got exercise equipment. It also comes with the cable, Wi-Fi, all utilities. We bought an Equinox in 2020 and paid cash for it. That's how blessed we were during the pandemic. And we have a parking garage. We've got security, and we live in the upper class, middle class neighborhood. We pay $380 a month for all that.
What?
Damn.
I want to ask you,
a month.
Is it easy to get dual citizenship in locations?
I'm eligible for my dual citizenship next year. That's why I'm getting my Spanish. Mi español estudiando mucho estudiando.
You understand exactly what you're saying, man.
I'm about to.
We definitely
Colombia and most of South America allows you to have dual citizenship with the United States. So I'm excited to be in the next election, presidential election. I'll be there. Like my wife said when she went voting last year. Last year Colombia voted in its first Afro-Colombian female vice president, and my wife was able to be a part of that. And she said with so many Americans that had their citizenship and they were taking photos and they were so happy that they could vote for the first time using their new Colombian citizenship. Even though I don't have citizenship yet, I still have a line of credit. So I have my credit rating looking like BAM, just like in the States. So I can buy this property, that property, that property. I have my visas, and I also have my bank accounts. I also have South American investments. So I'm investing in Guyana because they ExxonMobil just got a contract yesterday, actually, with ExxonMobil going to Guyana, and Guyana is going to pass up the United States for offshore oil drilling. And so they already said Guyana is going to be the next Dubai in the next 10 years. Is actually rated as the top growing economy of all countries in the world at least until 2026. I mean, they are doing amazing things, and that's that's only 2 countries away. It's an all-black country, and so now I could take advantage of the Guyanese. I can't say all black because it's actually Guyanese and it's Indian. East Indian. And so take advantage of those investments. Why? Because I only pay $380 a month for this spot. So if you bring it in $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month, and you only paying you can do some amazing things. Well, I'm looking at my brothers and sisters back home in the States, like you guys just said, you got $100,000. You scratching the back of your head. You wondering, you robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I'm looking at you dudes going through these struggles, and I'm like, and you got passports? Y'all letting Austin Holloman do all this? He going through to Africa. Man, listen, I'm telling y'all, brothers. Y'all, I love what y'all doing, but I would love to see you brothers
pulling up, man.
We
do something on the internet. I don't care if you go to DR and do a live stream, or if you go to and there's some, not talk about the party area of DR. I'm talking about go to Santo Domingo, where they have the only subway system in all of the Caribbeans. And me and my wife wrote it. And a lot of people don't even realize they got a subway system that's better than anything I've seen in the States on an island. And so just to see you guys do some live streams from other countries to showcase that there are sisters in other countries. A lot of people don't even know that the existence of Afro-Colombians exist. And there are over 10.5 million Afro-Colombians. There's over 5.5 million Afro-Colombians. There are over 14.5 million Brazilians. There's only 13.5 million Afro-Americans. So there's more in Brazil. Only 10% of all, I'm sorry, only 6% of all ships landed in the United States. Over 60 to 70% landed here in South America. The number one, the first founded city by those that were let's put it in servitude, those that were in servitude. Right here, the city of Palenque is the first town that Black people actually had with themselves in all of the Americas. Not in South America, I'm not in Central America, not in North America, the little town of Palenque. And people come from all over the world to go to this town, to go to the first Black town ever after this time period of mass shipment. And so there's so much to enjoy. Like I often say here, and like I mentioned, and before I let you guys go also, one of the things about Colombia also, the eating. United States ranks number 37 in the world for the last 10 years as far as health is concerned. Colombia is ranking number 30. It's number 5 in the world for drinking water. The United States doesn't even make the top 40 list.
Yeah, America feeding niggas cancer now.
Yo, dude, man, listen, y'all listen, at 55, man, listen. The dude asked me today, he said, Dre, how is it as far as your, he said, I'm trying to get your business, but how is it as far as your intimacy? I say, bruh, I'm like a racehorse down here, bruh. I say, I'm better at my game better at because my game is better at 55 than at 25, because what is it? Because South American women, even before I met my wife, they love older dudes. So the more you taking care of yourself and your health, man, the hottest young chicks be. Dude, I'm married. I'm Lord of the Ring, and then I'm still fighting off the hot sexes. They mama, they aunties, and the youngin. So yeah, I mean dudes like y'all down here anyway.
Yeah, we meet you at the landing.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I got a truck. I meet everybody at the airport anyway.
Listen, we definitely gonna have to chop it up off stream about this, man, and figure something out. But let them know you got a YouTube channel, right? Let them know where they go.
Yeah, you guys can meet me. Come over to our channel, Love Crossing Borders. We are at 6,500 in Love Crossing Borders. I do consultations for people that are coming from everybody from regular everyday dudes to multimillionaires that are moving to Colombia and trying to get out to the United States. I help them all relocate. If you're doing a vacation, I put together a vacation package for you. Like I say, my wife, she does contract negotiations for everybody that's coming down here to buy property or build a business. They like, well, I don't understand. Like some guys understand Spanish really well, but they don't understand Spanish as far as business terms. Right. So they'll hire my wife to say, hey, Andre, could you do me a favor? So forth and so forth. So Love Crossing Borders, we got Mostly Money TV, where we're at like 117,000 subscribers. And we do politics in regards to for older people that are thinking about relocating to another country. And so we kind of like support them as well. And then my wife, Andrea Wallace TV, she has a channel. But we've been doing this this will be our fourth year. This is our 4th year this past April. And so what we try to do is, and I kid you not, guys, in closing, we try our best to show the positive side of Passport Brothers and show brothers in a positive light in other countries, because we always have this negative image, and no matter where we go. And like you guys were saying earlier, brothers always got to go the extra mile. So I bust my butt to always showcase positivity. Nobody can ever say, man, I saw Andre out there, he was creeping and hollering at a bunch of women in Colombia. He full of no, nobody. I don't stay faithful just for my wife. I stay faithful because of my people, and I want people to see that there's some positive brothers out here doing things with passports.
Yo, man, we appreciate you, man. Like, we always enjoy you, and you always support us, man. We definitely appreciate that.
Oh yeah, y'all got to get some Colombian pesos, bro. I got to give it to the fam.
Yeah, I appreciate you, my boy.
I appreciate.
Man, bro, you was doing.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I go to where he's talking about, I could definitely do the little baby pose and mean it, nigga.
You post the plane, they gonna think you Sean Paul, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so you definitely gonna be doing that and meaning it. Like,
I don't know how we went from Steve Harvey to Passport Bros brochure, man, but that was very informative, man.
I'm sold, man. I see the flight is 5 hours and 50 minutes.
This nigga looked it up, damn.
How much that flight is though?
I ain't looked that part up, man.
What? That's the first thing you're supposed to be looking at. Fuck the time. Like, I'm trying to
it don't matter how much it costs.
I seen Amber said she pulling up, Niji pulling up. We out. That's it.
Matter of fact, we have a Daily Wrap Up Crew like trip, man. Like, join the membership. Anybody that's the member, y'all pulling up, man. Pay for your flight.
Yeah, we renting out a mansion out there because it's like $500.
50 rooms. $500 for 50 rooms.
Listen. We do gotta get up out of here. I did have a whole nother topic to talk about.
We gotta spin the block. We gotta spin the block.
We gonna have to say that for another live stream. But again, join the membership, man. We got that Dr. Umar episode coming as soon as possible. As soon as we get that from our editors, we're gonna drop it right to the membership. It's gonna be in 2 parts.
Go green.
Yeah, definitely go green. We got an episode coming out this Friday, man. We didn't even get to talk about the episode coming out this Friday. Yo, make sure if you had the members, you already seen that episode, but it's a very, very frustrating episode, man. Yeah, and I just dropped the behind the scenes. The behind the scenes is just as frustrating as the episode. Like, you know what I'm saying? But listen, man, it's gonna be a good episode. Make sure y'all tune in Friday.
I'm gonna give them a little hint. One of the topic points was, does your man have a right to tell you what to wear, or what you're wearing is right or wrong?
Was it your husband or was it your man?
Does the man have a say in what you wear outside?
Yeah, and people, I'm not even gonna say brothers, people, this is how women think. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Women even called people. Bro, I'm not even gonna say no more. That's
my episode.
Yeah, I know we don't really hype up, we don't really gas up episode unless they super fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? This episode, make sure y'all tune in, man. We need all the support we can get.
Share that shit.
Share that shit, man.
Put that shit on your Facebook.
We'll try to get. Maybe we could do a live stream. Yeah, we might be busy for the rest of it. We got a show tomorrow. We got a show the next day and the next day. And the next, now I'm joking, like, but we'll try to get another live stream hopefully this week, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Any last words?
I appreciate everybody. I mean,